power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, I briefly spoke with the Lakers head coach. He told me one thing they can't lose sight of is Nikola Jokic's skill as a passer. He said it's easy to forget how good a distributor he is. And give him passing lanes you wouldn't give him other bigs. We can't overplay and let him create easy baskets. Kevin, he knows they will have to be on their toes, both on strong and weak side, against Jokic. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Lakers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. That one is off.
And Johnson is an elite talent, a special talent. A very unique point guard with amazing size, about 6'9". He can flat out take over games because he virtually can play every position.
Johnson with the block. Pass to Curry and taken away by Magic. Here's Worthy. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time.
You got to admire the speed of big game James Worthy. He really accelerates and excels in the open court.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Now here's Johnson and Stephen Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Paul's checked in. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Johnson against Paul. Johnson surveying the floor. It's stolen by DeRozan. One-on-one here. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Well, that steal was really triggered by the quick instincts of DeRozan. Very aware and then anticipating the pass.
Here's Johnson. Magic knocks it down. He shot 52% from the field in his years with the Lakers.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team. Here's Johnson. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. The pass to Abdul-Jabbar.
And the rejection by Giannis.
Here's James.
Yep, that one goes.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And the Lakers with possession here. Following the basket by LeBron James. Green, and it's Green with the jam.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be Jokic shooting. It's going to go on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
First team.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Allen's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Jimmy Butler comes in for LeBron. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for DeMar DeRozan.
You know, we've seen Jokic embrace a larger leadership role. He wants to be the guy that leads his team, and that's not just with scoring, it's also with his voice.
Now here's Johnson. Outside, Scott trying to get open as Thompson. Scott can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
Lakers trail by 9. It's Scott on the wing. Back to Johnson. And Magic Johnson with the slam.
Assisted by.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, At some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Butler with the ball, picked up by Thompson. That's a 2 from Paul. Again, the West All-Stars.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Johnson. 5 points in the game. Jokic passes to Butler. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Good on the triple. Mitchell's got a couple of threes now in the first for the West All-Stars.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Wasted no time on that one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
So for the West, Doncic is checked in for Jokic. Fred VanVleet comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Garland in for Paul. And then for Los Angeles, Rambis is checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Cooper comes in for Scott, and it's Matthews in for Johnson. And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That's his first foul.
Third team foul.
.46 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
The Lakers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Thompson.
What a valuable asset to have. I mean, Thompson can play the 4-4-5, athletic enough to guard on the perimeter, and strong enough to bang inside.
Now, here's Garland. Doncic outside. 4 on the shot clock. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You know, Luka's one of those players where the mid-range shot is really a weapon for him, not just an afterthought. I mean, he is lights out from that distance.
Matthews against Garland. Here is Matthews. Launches it. Doncic with the block. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. West All-Stars lead by 16. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And from what we've seen from the West All-Stars, what's your take so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Not a problem. First turnover of the game, but overall, I like how they're taking care of the basketball.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Cooper is out there with Matthews. And it's Thompson, and there's Rambis, and it's Thompson into the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And the thing you love about Rambis is the all-out effort. And he's the guy that's willing to do the dirty work that most guys will shy away from.
And so he hits both. And so Allen will bring it up for the West All-Stars. 17 points was their biggest margin. Hits the three-point bomb.
That one's deep, real deep, but Butler has proven he's more than capable of draining the long ball.
And so it's the Lakers with it after Jimmy Butler made that last three-pointer. Going inside.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hand.
He gets it in there.
Boy, that jump shot is wet. Hold this, says Doncic. Any kind of airspace, and he's knocking that down.
Outside Matthews. To the inside. Here's Thompson, and there's the block. Just stops. Cold and takes possession. And let's catch up with our side.